I'm Healthy Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and a weight loss specialist, and today I'm going to be telling you how to get rid of bloating for good. Side note, I'm the creator of the Slim program where you get a custom meal plan, custom workout plan, daily meditations, daily journal topics, an entire course where I walk you through everything nutrition and mindset wise that you need to know in order to be successful in your healthy lifestyle, as well as access to me, weekly Q&As. You can even come on calls with me if you opt to. All of that is in the description bar. It is the Slim program. We're going to split today's video into two sections: short-term quick relief and long-term relief. The first is the I love you massage. The way that you're going to do this is you are going to, as I will display here, you're gonna make an I. This is the right side of my body. Then you're gonna make an L, and then you're gonna make a U. This is the way that your large intestine runs when it's gonna push food out and then comes out. So this is gonna help move the food along, this I love you massage. Next is to go for a 10 or 15 minute walk. This is gonna pump the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the waste removal system within the body, and unlike the circulatory system, which is your heart that has a pump, the heart, you have to get the lymphatic system pumping yourself through movement. So let's go on a walk and let's get things moving. Next is yoga and stretching. Child's pose, the wind relieving pose, the cat-cow stretch. These are gonna help ease abdominal tension. Next tip is actually the sponsor of today's video. If you want quick relief after meals, let's talk about today's sponsor. The sponsor of today's video could not be more perfect. Today's video is sponsored by the Apothecary Rescue Bloat Herbal Drop. Let me tell you about it. If you always feel bloated after eating, then you need to know about this new product. It's called Rescue Bloat. Just put a drop on your tongue after a meal and watch the bloat disappear. Rescue Bloat is an organic herbal tincture with no sugar or calories that helps relieve gas and bloating and promotes normal, healthy digestion. And honestly, it tastes so good. It's like a little minty breath freshener, so you can relieve your bloating and freshen your breath at the same time post-meal. The link and discount code is in the description bar. Now let me speak super candidly about not just this product, but all of the Apothecary products that are now a part of my regular lineup. I'm addicted. I take this in the morning after I have breakfast. I just had breakfast. Let me show you how it's done. It tastes so good, and it's like a breath freshener too. So you just take some, put it on your tongue, as so. I literally look forward to it because it's so refreshing and it keeps you snatched. And then at nighttime, I've talked about these multiple times in my videos. If you haven't gotten these yet and you are struggling with your sleep, honey, before I go to bed, I take these two, and I'm looking at them and I wanna take them because they taste good, but I don't wanna fall asleep just yet. The wind down and the take the edge off. This is my nightly cocktail. You can either do what you just did here and put it directly on the tongue, or you could mix it into something that you're drinking. I like to just put it right on the tongue. The wind down tastes like cherry, and the take the edge off tastes like sweet tea, in my opinion. So let me tell you, if you're struggling with this, take this. If you're struggling with bloating, this is your guy. If you're struggling with using alcohol to help you fall asleep, this is your guy. I don't drink alcohol, never been a drinker, and I'm addicted to this because I feel like I'm in a coma when I sleep. After I take this, I get the deepest sleep. It really, for me personally, anecdotally, I can say, for somebody who was already a great sleeper, I am the Superman of sleeping with this guy. And then this, take the edge off, is to help with stress relief. So if you find yourself turning to methods of stress relief that aren't the healthiest, this is a great one to help take the edge off. I brought both of these, actually I brought all of these on a bachelorette trip recently, and I was so glad that I did, because A, you know that they help, but B, emotionally and mentally, just knowing that I had these with me, they were on my side as I traveled, and different eating schedule, different sleeping schedule, different workout schedule, everything was off. This was a constant for me to have with me. So I really am a huge huge fan of these products, and you guys know how high my standards are, so if I like these, there's something to be said about it. So these are linked down below. My discount code is also in the description. They're all fantastic, but this is a brand new product, so get your hands on it. I have a feeling it might sell out. Tip after that is a warm bath or a heating pad, again, to help relax those muscles, and if you do need to have a bowel movement, to get things moving. Next is to hydrate with warm tea, either ginger, peppermint, or chamomile tea. It's gonna help relax the belly muscles, and ginger and peppermint are shown to help with digestion. Activated charcoal is another option for you. There is some evidence to show that it can help with reducing gas. If you take activated charcoal capsules, of course, I would consult with your doctor first. Stay away from carbonated drinks for the rest of the day. This is gonna worsen your bloating. I know that they say have ginger ale if you have digestive discomfort. It's the ginger in there that supposedly helps you. The ginger does help you. The thing that doesn't help you is all of the carbonation and the sugar that comes along with it, so stay away from bubbly drinks. Next is deep belly breathing, where when you breathe in and exhale to really engage the stomach muscles to help relax them and reduce that sensation of fullness and that hard feeling in the stomach. Avoid tight clothing. This is gonna worsen the bloating. I know you think it's making you feel better if you wear your Spanx and it keeps you snatched, but this is probably gonna aggravate what's already very tense. No more salt for the rest of the day. This is gonna encourage water retention if you're consuming salt, which we don't wanna add more bloat to the pile here. For the rest of the day, I want you to eat smaller meals more frequently. I know that you don't wanna eat anything at all because you feel so bloated, but what inevitably will happen is that you'll get very hungry and end up overeating later, and that bloating is gonna get even worse. You're gonna go through this binge restrict cycle, and you're gonna build up a lot of acid in the stomach when you're not eating. So smaller, more frequent meals. There's also something called the gastric colic reflex, where when you eat something, it encourages a bowel movement. So eating smaller, more frequently during the day. If you chew gum or you eat mints, get rid of those for the rest of the day. Chewing gum, you're gonna swallow air, and the mints have artificial sweeteners, which are known to wreak havoc on the gut, as well as the gum may have artificial sweeteners as well, so no more gum or mints for the rest of the day. Now let's get into long-term relief solutions. Those were short-term solutions for if you're feeling bloated and you usually don't struggle with it. But what do you do if you are chronically bloated? First, do you eat ferociously? You have to chew your food to the consistency of applesauce. If you're not doing this, you're not allowed to complain to me about bloating. Me trying to be mean. In all seriousness though, you have to chew your food to the consistency of applesauce because your saliva contains enzymes that help break down the food so that by the time it gets to your stomach doesn't have all of this work that it has to do. You know, I'll hear people say, I'm on an all blended liquid diet because of my bloating. It's like you could be on an all blended liquid diet with anything if you just chew it. Next, slow down when you eat. My fiance is the biggest culprit of this. He's eating one bite and he's digging for the next. No, eat one bite, put the fork down. Slow down and breathe. If you're eating a sandwich, put the sandwich down. Don't be eating the sandwich and be looking for the next bite and bite the next bite before you even finish chewing the first one. This is something I see all the time too with my fiance. He'll eat the next bite before he's even finished with the current bite. Slow down. Chew your food, be present with it, actually taste what you're eating. No more chewing gum, all right? Stop with the chewing gum. We talked about what it does. A lot of people use chewing gum to stave off hunger. You're just creating a gut mess for yourself by chewing gum. No more artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners like sorbitol, for example, which you'll find in chewing gums, ferment in the gut, which cause gas. Next, whole food plant-based diet. If you are looking for a diet that is going to help your digestion run beautifully, it's a whole food plant-based diet because it's so high in fiber, micronutrients. It can have proper macronutrients if you are in the Slim program and you're eating properly following a plate builder. But there is a caveat here. When you are experiencing bloating, if you're still doing all of these other things that we talked about, if you're still eating too quickly, you're not chewing your food to the consistency of applesauce, you're not eating mindfully, you're using chewing gum, you are using artificial sweeteners, you're stressed, you're doing all the other things I'm going to talk about, then the diet's not gonna fix it, because it's not just what you eat, but it's how you eat it as well. Additionally, you might find benefit from going what we call low and slow. Because there is a lot of fiber in a whole food plant-based diet, having that all enter the system at once if you're on a low fiber diet can be a little bit overwhelming for the gut to get used to so quickly. So you may want to adopt the practice a little bit more slowly. I tell my clients that are in the Slim program, hey, just focus on one meal a day that's on the program. Once you got breakfast down, then you can move on having your lunch be on the program. Slowly but surely, inching your way toward a consistent practice with whole food plant-based. Next, simplify your diet so that you can identify the issue. For some individuals, they eat a really healthy diet, but they're still experiencing chronic bloating. And it might be the case where they've done all the things that I talked about. It's usually not the case. If I'm being completely transparent, I can shoot you straight. We're tight. Usually what I see happen is people that are experiencing bloating are extremely stressed. They're extremely stressed about what they're eating. They have this hyperfixation about everything that they're eating because they think that what they're eating is causing them bloating. They have rigidity and very little flow around food, and it's oftentimes not as much what they're eating, but it's what's eating them, and it's how they're eating the food. So I'll just say that. But if you are in a position where you can truly say, I eat mindfully, I don't have a weird relationship with food, I have a great relationship with food, it's just I'm experiencing this bloating that I haven't experienced, then what we can do is simplify the diet down so that you can identify what the issue is. Also, keeping a food diary. There's a food diary within Slim where you can keep track of everything that you're eating, and you're able to keep track of your symptoms as well to identify what the culprit is. So if you simplify your diet down and you're able to identify what it is that's causing the issue, then you can remove that from your diet and build your diet back up. So, you hear about low FODMAP diets, for example. A low FODMAP diet is never a long-term solution. It is done to help calm down the gut and to identify what the issue is, what your triggers are, and then you're supposed to build back up to a quote-unquote normal, more well-balanced diet. So simplifying the diet so that you can identify what the issue is, but it is absolutely crucial that you build back up the diet and that you add in all of these micronutrient dense, well-balanced meals so that you can have a healthy gut microbiome. Next, limit cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables are broccoli, truly, it's the Mount Rushmore. It's the Brussels sprouts. It's the cauliflower. Actually, those are pretty much my favorite. All the others I could take or leave. Broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy, cabbage, kale. We talked about Brussels sprouts. Those are pretty much the big guys. Those are notorious, infamous for gas and bloating because of how they ferment in the gut. So take a break from these temporarily, and then you can slowly reintroduce them back in. This can also be the case with beans. Some people are very sensitive to the fiber in beans and the oligosaccharides in beans, which are what cause the bloating. So you may benefit from temporarily taking a break from them, not eliminating them for the rest of your life, but taking a break, and then have 1 bean a day. Once that's good, have 2 beans a day. Slowly build your tolerance back up and identify what the tipping point is for you. You might be able to get away with 1/4 a cup of beans, and then it's too much for you. And you might be able to slowly build that back up, or genetically you can't because of how your gut is designed genetically. But at the very least, be able to identify what your threshold is. Next, cook foods thoroughly. If you're struggling with gas and bloating, don't be eating a bunch of raw vegetables. You need to cook these so well so that they're a lot easier to digest. Make sure you're drinking enough water. A lot of the people that are struggling with constipation and bloating aren't drinking enough water. They're drinking tons of coffee, which dehydrates them, and coffee is a whole other mess for the gut. So be drinking enough water. I don't like water. I drink a lot of chamomile tea. Manage your stress. I talked about earlier that this is the number one. The gut is the second brain. And if you are doing all of the right things with your food, you're even chewing to the consistency of applesauce, you're slowing down when you're eating a whole food plant-based diet, you truly are eating so well, and you're eating small meals often, you're exercising. If you're still stressed, you're still going to experience stomach issues. The gut is the second brain. The gut-brain axis is the line of communication between the gut and the brain that the gut tells the brain certain things and the brain tells the gut certain things, such as, hey, stop digestion, we got other things to focus on right now, or speed up digestion, there's an intruder. So the gut and the brain are like this, they are simpatico. So you have to make sure that stress is managed. I'm looking you in the eyes. Are you looking me in the eyes? Look me in the eyes. If you're walking around doing something, doing chores, look at me in the eyes. If you are you still not looking me in the eyes? I'm serious. If you are not managing your stress, you will never solve your chronic bloating. It's not just what you're eating, it's what's eating you. And this is why in the Slim program, I have a mindset journal every week. I have daily meditations every single day. I have a journal topic for you every single day, because we have to address what's going on here and what's going on here if we want to solve what's going on here. The next video that pops up on the screen is all about gut health, the top superfoods and supplements for gut health. So make sure to check out that video. You can get your rescue bloat down below. Thank you, Apothecary, for sponsoring today's video. And if you want to join the Slim program, I can't wait to see you inside. The information is in the description bar. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video.